Tim Hudson this afternoon was working with another little wrinkle in his windup when he was not working out of the stretch. There was a little hesitation and a toe tap of the lead foot or the striding foot, and we saw it right off the bat when Dave Berg took a base on balls to start the first inning, but Hudson got the next 3 outs. In fact, a couple of the hits off Hudson came when he was in the windup with that toe tap. Whether that had any bearing on it or not, it would be very interesting to find out exactly what that little additional ploy was that Hudson has added to the way he approaches hitters. Meantime, the A's, in getting 4 hits today, good for 4 runs, hit in only 2 of the 8 innings in which they batted, and missed a big opportunity right off in the first inning with Pat Henkin, who went 7 innings for the loss for Toronto, loaded the bases on a walk to McLemore with 1 out, hit Jermaine Dye with 2 out, and then walked Scott Hatterberg, but got Eric Karras to fly out to center field. As the game moved along, we had some good defensive plays, as often has been the case. By the way, in the second inning, Henkin came back to strike out the side. Meantime, in the top half of the second, already Hudson had gotten 1 nice play behind him, courtesy of Bobby Crosby on an effort by Chris Gomez. Gomez now 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a soft looper, shallow center, trouble. Nice play by Crosby, a still-cone catch. Tremendous play by Bobby Crosby. Holy Toledo. With Crosby and Herman going out and Kotze coming in, there was all the potential for a lot of confusion, if not a collision. And Crosby reached out and somehow snatched it in the webbing of the glove. And also, battery-mate Adam Melhuse gave Hudson a little extra lift in the third inning. There was a runner at first base, Dave Berg. There were 2 out at the time, and Reed Johnson at the plate.
And here's the delivery on the way. Johnson around to bunt, missed the pitch, snap, go to first, attack, out at first is Berg. 2-3 on the play at first on a great throw by Adam Melhuse. On a bunt attempt by Johnson, and Berg drifting off the first base bag and nailed by the A's catcher for the final out of this top of the third. And after 2.5, still no score.
Mark McLemore got the A's first hit of the afternoon, a single with 1 out in the third inning. Moved up to second base when Mark Kotze singled through the right side hole. Jermaine Dye flied out to right deep enough so that McLemore moved from second to third. And so runners were at the corners for Scott Hatterberg in his second plate appearance of the afternoon.
Now he's readying his 1-0 pitch. It's swung on, ripped to right, way back. Rios at the track. He's going to watch, and Hatterberg has hit a 3-run home run. And it's 3-0 Athletic. Scott Hatterberg to dead right field. His 6th home run. 3-0 A's in the bottom of the third.
He is so strong with his upper body. It's amazing how he can plant the front foot, yet keep his bat back and just unload. Unbelievable strength, and showed there.
Hudson gave up a 2-out single to catcher Greg Zahn in the 4th inning, but nothing came of that, primarily because with Vernon Wells up ahead of Zahn, this play was made by Mark Kotze.
Vernon Wells at the plate, and Hudson's delivery out of the hesitation, swung on, driven left center field. Kotze is back. He's at the track, and it's over his head, but he makes a great catch, and then crashes into the wall and holds on the warning track. What a play by Kotze. And he gets a standing ovation. That ball was over his head, Ray.
Incredible catch because, first of all, he got a tremendous jump, but the amount of time in which he covers the ground is just unbelievable. And then crashed into the wall.
Just reached out with the glove hand, full extension, and robbed Wells of at least a double.
Bobby Crosby led off for the A's in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Right-hander turns, delivers. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Crosby drives it to right center field. Rios at the track. He's going to watch it. Crosby hits a blast to right center field off the facing of the bleachers, and the A's take a 4-0 lead. His 8th home run.
And his 3rd here at the Coliseum. First 5 on the road, 2 in 1 game, and now this one, and couldn't find a better one going opposite field. Fastball away, similar to what he did in Texas in his first Major League home run.
Leadoff shot, 4-0. The A's 4th hit.
That was their last hit, as it turned out, because only 2 more base runners would be achieved by the A's. A walk to Kotze in the 5th inning, another walk to Kotze in the 8th inning, and they got him as far as third base, but that was it. It continued the trend, which has been ever increasing, that the A's do little in the way of offense after the 5th inning, but that even began today at the conclusion of the 4th. Hudson, though, picked it up from there with the 4-0 lead, retired the side in the 5th with a harmless single, a 1-2-3-6, his only such inning of the day. A 1-out single in the 7th, nothing of harm there. In the 8th inning, a Bobby Crosby error allowed life to Rios to start the inning, and with 1 out, Eric Hinsky singled to right field. And all of a sudden, with the middle of the order coming up, that 4-run lead didn't look quite as big. And Reed Johnson, a very pesky and persistent hitter at the plate, but one defensive play ended that threat.
And the 0-1 pitch now. Johnson bouncing ball back at Hudson onto the second base bag. Taken by Crosby on the bag for 1, over to first for 2. A 6-3 double play tailor-made off the bat of Johnson. Took Crosby right to second base. And that gets Hudson and the A's out of the top of the 8th inning unscathed. As we go to the bottom half, it is 4-0 Athletics.
When Hudson came out in the 9th inning, the bullpen was quiet, but after Wells opened with a single to right field, Arthur Rhodes began to throw. Hudson came back to strike out Zahn. Howie Clark almost took Rhodes' head off with a foul line drive down into the A's bullpen before fouling out to Mark McLemore. And with 2 out, Chris Gomez was the last man remaining. But he kept things going with a single to put runners at first and third. The single was up the middle, headed for center field, and a play by Herman saved the shutout because he managed to keep the ball from getting out of the infield, flagging it down on the outfield grass, and Wells had to stop at third base. So Simon Pond was finally the last guy in front of Hudson, and the shutout. Hudson checking his sign. Comes set. Runners at first and third. And the pitch. Foul popped up right inside third base, and McLemore takes it for the out. Jim Hudson has shut out the Blue Jays this afternoon, taking care of business all by himself. The final score, A's 4, Blue Jays nothing.